In Australia, between 2009 and 2011, we took in 107,868 skilled migrants. Between 2011 and 2012, there's a planned increase of 17%. Over the next 4 years, the federal government says we will need another 2.4 million skilled workers. Why have we got such a big skills shortage? At any one time, there are 450,000 Australians in apprenticeships and traineeships, but only half ever finish the courses. And our workforce is ageing. Baby boomers start retiring this year, and by 2050, a quarter of all Australians will be over 65. By 2050, the federal government says we will need 5.2 million skilled workers. So, Australia's looking overseas. The workers are coming from the UK, China, India, South Africa, and the Philippines. They are accountants, computer experts, nurses, and engineers. They settle in New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, and West Australia, many filling jobs in the booming mining industry. Why don't Australians fill these jobs? The reason is we have a low unemployment rate, and according to business, many of the unemployed simply don't have the skills.
Cutting Australia permanent immigration intake used to be average out 190,000 up to 200,000. Breakdown figure was about the general scheme migration, about the 52,000, and then business probably go with another maybe 50,000 family member, rest of them mix them together. But now, what they say is the intake place for permanent residency on ending this financial year, it's gonna be around 162,000 only intakes, instead of the up to 190,000. So it's a significant number will drop down for the permanent residency. I don't know whether you know or not, but PR, permanent residency, actually the intake place does have a quota per every year. So number of the quota, if there's any those number get exceed on that financial year, which means it's gonna be pass on to next year.
Student visa, 일단 가장 중요한 거 먼저 알아볼게요. 숫자부터 해볼게요. Student visa.
It's a student visa we're talking about.
postgraduate 전부 다 토탈한 거예요. 2017년에서 분기 엔딩 2018년, 지금 2019년 4월 달이니까. 가장
This is a total number.
413,000 student visa
financial year.
로징된 거예요. 근데 여기서 나온 게
413,000 student visa.
전체적으로 비율로 보면 인디아가 37.4%, 그다음에
total visa granted from 413,000 is only about 378,000, which is quite significant. So another word about the might be.
그 말은 지금 9% 정도는 1년에 떨어진다는 얘기예요. 아까 숫자 전체 이 숫자에서.
So what he says about the those number difference, which means about around 9%, the visa will get failed.
Processing time 일반적으로 33일. calendar day.
The processing time is 33 days, which is a calendar day.
graduate 비자는 더 많아. 어떻게 된 게? 54,000.
Somehow even graduate visa now joining the this gang under the student visa category.
숫자가 점점 늘어나죠. 2013년, 2014년, 14, 15, 15, 16, 17,
The numbers are getting increased
17, 18
since 2013.
달별로 분류했고 숫자가 점점 늘어나고 있어요. 스튜던트 비자 관련해가지고. 달러도 보면 달러 기금세하고 비슷해요. 호주 달러 떨어지는 거하고. 호주 달러. USD하고 호주 달러 분석한 거예요. 오케이.
The last 5 years, USD and Australian dollar.
Okay. Client was in Australia, so onshore application. 153,000. Outside Australia, offshore, 260,000. 여기서 추가적으로 분리해가지고 higher education, undergraduate 관련되는 거, higher education, 대학 유니 관련해가지고 했을 때 in Australia onshore 가 67,000이고 outside offshore 해가지고 138,000. That's a lot. total 이 정도 이 숫자. 그러면 아까 전체적으로 숫자가 41만 5천 개였으니까 반 날아가고 나머지 반이 vocational level이라는 얘기네. outside 그리고 inside 포함해가지고 그렇게 되겠네.
Remember about the total number of the student visa was 415,000.
English language.
When we look at about this figure, based
In
on about the
Australia,
undergraduate, that was about the 200,000.
510개. That's a lot. outside가 34,000. Wow. That's a lot. 34,000개. 34,000. In Australia만 9,500개.
I just missed the track, but actually in Australia
엘리 코스는
9,500. We talk about the elite course actually. English course about the
섹션인데 뭐
onshore application about the 9,000.
non-award
Offshore
섹션이니까.
visa was about the 35,000.
숫자 자체도 in Australia 아주 작고 오프션은 그 숫자가 역시나 세군요. postgraduate
It's a postgraduate.
In
We talk about the master
Australia?
degree.
3,700개 그리고 outside Australia 7,800개. 오케이. school sector okay, now beauty here.
Okay,
Vocational
the most
English
important part.
and training sector. This is the key. Woohoo. In Australia, 70,000. 70.
I guess a lot of students want to extend their visa.
Outside of
The status.
Only 40,000. So this is the beauty.
I got no doubt about a lot of
Vocational
diploma course with the
English
management,
and training
business management, retail management,
We got
management.
70,000 here. Outside of Australia, only 40,000. Think about it. Why? Visa extension. If someone want to extend their visa, that's what.
Bingo, that's the why, I guess.
Look at the breakdown by the country.
China always number one. You just can't beat those numbers. 1.4 billion.
China, number one. India, Nepal, and Brazil. Okay, let's look at the Korea. Korea sells 12,300.
I believe that's the total number between the both of the onshore and offshore.
Still, look at this number, 1,000. It's a 12,000. 12,000 is not that small. Okay.
Think about it. You only take about the 10% out of it. And we talk about the recurring every year consistently. It's going to recur.
And also, if you look at about the lodgement based on the whether onshore location-wise, the geographically onshore, offshore in Australia, South Korea was fourth, first, second, third, fourth. And what's the number we talking about? That's the recent financial year. South Korea 8,100 based on onshore. 8,100. And from 8,100, based on the might be 50-50 ratio, which is maybe half for the undergraduate and the other one for maybe vocational level, then we're looking maybe $4,000 for 4,000 application generally per year. Number has been dropped down just a little bit, but Still quite a substantial number. This is interesting. It's granted based on the higher education sector. It's ending 2018. It's a higher education. Look at the South Korea. It's only about the 1,400. It's not much. If you consider about the back then, what was the number about the total 40 or 50 to the purpose of I don't think South Korea would be nothing. Let's see. We got none. Indonesia, number one. Higher education might be the one. What we have here. That's the total number of the outside of Australia. But if you look at about the base on country, like where was it? You see, South Korea, what the total number was it onshore? Yeah, in Australia. Number of the application granted.
It actually quite makes sense because of the South Australia is a low risk country, which means about the you don't get the the visa condition 8503, which is no further stay. So you can come along with the visitor visa, and then you can apply the student visa, or holding a 417, which is working holiday makers. Then also you can apply the student visa. So people just can they can just simply come to the country with the
1,000 something,
kind of any of the visas.
Over 5,000, over sort of more likely over 6,000 Korean people potentially onshore basis. They are here and they look for the extended visa as a vocational level. Most of them are, or maybe they came because of the visa. The holding visa was about the working holiday makers 417, working holiday makers, or maybe secondary working holiday, or maybe visitor visa. They just want to switch to.
Actually, very interesting about the total number, 7,700. But from here, most of them are more than 6,000 plus is actually vocational level.
The grant rates actually about the based on the sector breakdown about what's in Australia and the other outside Australia. If you look at about the for example, like postgraduate research, you said 98% onshore application. You got 98% success rate. Okay, same postgraduate, but you only get 98. It's quite similar, but look at the vocational education training sector, 61 outside of Australia. Terrible, man, terrible. Vocational education training sector, but the 90%. That's almost like it's very high rate. You must come to Australia to get a visa. It's the only way.
While showing the clear demographic onshore application, in order to getting a chance to get approval is much higher than offshore visa.
The failing rate is too high. You must apply for the onshore. It's the best way. All right, this is a contract. This is how does it work? You become my commission marketing agent. So you become my agent, and I become your principal. Simple. It's all about the product, straight up. The bottom line is here. The commission. The principal shall pay the marketing agency agent a commission of the 25% of total gross. Here's the very, very interesting part. Look at the B. Earn another 25% of the total commission when friends join an order with your invitation.
And plus, you must provide about the body program.
Marketing agent brought their friends, okay? And then if that friend also sign it up, just like exactly the same this commission agreement with me, my company, principal, then this existing marketer, original marketer, he will get another 25% of total commission sale. Interesting. Training detail is just all these scenarios.
Again, this one's a bit look.
Like Schedule A.
I just update about the body program, which means about you have to support the newbie, make them to be able to actually cope with just like your level. It's a document checklist. I'm gonna give you about the my version of the application form. So the visa applicant, which I mean, when I say visa applicant, the student visa applicant can fill in up the personal detail, like family detail, like the father's, mother's, the date of birth and the your date of birth and all detailed stuff. Form 956. I'm registered migration agent since 2004. I need your authorization so I can acting on behalf of you anything related to the visa. A passport and household registration, or we call it family tree, and bank balance, and also confirmation of the enrollment from the school. I'm gonna organize, I'm gonna process it. You don't have to worry. And healthcare policy, again, I can process it. You don't have to worry about it. And GTE, it's a genuine temporary entrance, and we talk about that another time. It's gonna be a bit long. So this is something about you're not a risk to the Australia. You genuinely entered Australia for the student visa. That's what we're talking about. And you're something, education background, like your certificate of the graduation or academic transcript. It's just something with a job, ed or toy. But again, I explain later, next time, another time. Medical, once when we submitting the application, you will get the reference number, reference detail. Then that the code allow you to submitting the allow you to actually take the medical check. This is a calculation of the funding about the a lot of people. Some people get sometimes confused about the how much exactly do I need for my bank balance for applying the student visa. So it's a simply explain. We're looking minimum about the 20 grand Australian dollar cost, and then plus about the school fee. That's the simplest way I can say. You probably some of them not believe about the in terms of the commission, how much we earning it. Look at it. Onshore, this is I got the letter from MCCA, and now offer commercial cookery and hospitality management. And then what they have about they got certificate 334 and the diploma course. It's total duration. I can't remember whether they have an early course or not. But anyway, all the course, what they offer me about the total commission, onshore student for 35% of the total tuition paid, and it could be up to about might be 40% if I just bring about the 5 student, whether it at once or once when it actually accumulate up to about the 5 student, I don't know, but it's just at this stage at least about the this is what they offer. Offshore 30% or up to 5 student become about the 35%. What I'm trying to say about the look, when it's right, volumes are right, this is what it is. I mean, some student might be just skeptical about do you really get that sort of a commission? That seems too high, and I couldn't believe how can you make that sort of money that easily? Are they stupid? Okay, they're not stupid, and you're not stupid. Certainly I am not, I guess. But look at it, it's quite clear. This is Melbourne College, based on the Melbourne City College. This is what they offer. Just see yourself. You don't believe me? Contact them. Give them a call. Find them out. Just do the verification. Do your homework. I got no problem. This is clearly what they're offering. So you will get it between 30 and 40% of the not you. I will get between 30 and 40%. And if the volume's right, the right college you come across, it could be up to 50%. So do your math, the commission, you will get 25% of those total commission. Okay, let's do the math. Okay, this is confirmation of enrollment confirmation. This is example. Actually, I deleted about those personal detail. Look at this one. This is total about the $11,000. Course duration about the nearly 12 months. $11,000. The other one is this one is a bit shorter than 12 months. This is about the 9 months, or might be less. This is about 9 months, and that's why it's only $9,000. So combined together, it's a $20,000. This is really example. So $20,000. Let's say about the 30% commission. That's a $6,000. That's what I am getting it. And from this $6,000, if this become a $40,000, the 40%, then it become 8,000. So let's find out how to get it. Okay, commission amount between 30 and 40% of the total tuition paid. Okay, as I showed you before, and you will get 25% of the 6,000 will be 1,500. That's what you're gonna get paid. 1,500. Or if I can get about the 50, no, sorry. But if you invite your friend, or not friend, but someone else actually inviting them to sign it up to become about the marketing agent, then you get another 25%. Plus about don't forget about the party program. But anyway, I don't have to go through about too much detail about it. So you can get up to 50% of the total of the the commission amount. So you get $3,000. You probably, some of them ask about, Sean, why you charge so much then? Because you're still getting about the 50% but doing nothing. Hey, somebody got to do the visa, man. Somebody got to do the process, the visa. And also still, I don't know, who knows about the what's the process, and I have to involve. I might have to train you certain level, but anything happen, I don't know, it's just anything go wrong anyway, they all, I mean, somebody got to take a blame, I mean, people love to, the pointing the finger, and I'm the one on the other side. So if they want to burn me, they want to crucify, and they look for somebody, then it'll be me. So yeah, be my guest if you want to be the other 50%. Look, that's if the commission become 8,000, which means about the we talk about the full when it become about the, remember this one. I don't think I can go back. Let's move forward. If they commission become 40%, then I multiply that and it become about $8,000. Okay, when it's become, yeah, remember that I'm talking about the total commission from the school. Then the 25% of the 8,000 become $2,000. So, and 50% is $4,000. Remember, just the 3 pages before. If we have up to about the 5 students, and the school gonna pay us about the 40%. School gonna pay us. It's us, man. School gonna pay. School gonna pay those company for which is my company, the 40% instead of the 30%. So it's the 40% of the total tuition fee, what has been paid, which is 20,000, was about the then that become $8,000. So from 8,000, 20% of the 8,000 is 2,000, and then 50% of the 8,000 is 4,000. So it's really a lot of money. I mean, just let's say about let's say you have let's say you hypothetically, I don't know whether you could be Indian or Chinese or Korean, I believe. Let's say you are Korean and you have a working holiday visa now, or maybe visitor visa. I think more likely working holiday visa. You can apply student visa now, okay? And you want to just find some school, maybe. I'm sure about you look for the permanent resident related, some occupation, the school related, the courses. But look, if you're coming through my channel, if you become my marketing agent, this is what you're making straight away, with your own case, with your own student visa, you're making $2,000 instantly, straight away. You become my marketer. And then if you bring your friends, this is what you're gonna get. These 2 become 4, because another $2,000 will be add up. That's how this works. Okay, marketing strategy. Just click the link and then it's all detailed. I mean, this stage, look, we talk about the marketing, how we become about a marketer. That is 1,000, that is 100,000 information on the internet. The free stuff. The using about the social media like Facebook and Twitter and or the blog, so many different things, or talk to the friend or classmate. I mean, I'm sure about the you in the environment. If you are working holiday makers now, or maybe visitors or student, apparently student, you got your network. Talk to the people who wants to extend their visa, they want to apply to something else, or they are about to apply the visa. I'm sure but you can figure it out. And also now you become an expert. You probably don't know very detailed, the something with the Australian system or legal detail, which is I can back you up. But at least about you're expert. You've been in the country at least what, a month, 2 months, 3 months, or a week. At least what's the rent like here, what's the live like here, living style like, the where do we go if we do this, if we do that, and you expert. You can support about the newbies. Okay, I don't want to be too negative about this one. Actually, the most current existing education agency is the main marketing strategy is a selling dream. They're simply selling a dreams. They're selling a course, but what sort of a course they selling it? I think about it. It's all related about the something migration. It's look, student visa has been using ads about the PR backdoor for ages. Really, I mean the government can't stop it because this is the second biggest income stream for the Australian government GDP. Look, I'm not going to go through too much about it, but anyway, all right, this is me. I got law degree, yeah, LLB, and I also have I got financial planning and financial services. I done all the courses, all the above the diploma level. My email address, the sean@olivevisa.com.au. I got WeChat, mainly, surprisingly, actually, I'm using a lot more WeChat than KakaoTalk. Also WhatsApp here and my mobile here. My number 04269666. What's that mean is I've been registered migration agent since 2004. So those first 2 digits, it shows about the year of your registration. So don't forget that. So if someone is showing as, hey, tada, guess what? I'm lawyer. I'm expert. I'm specializing with the migration law. So you can ask about hey, what's the MARA number, MRA number, and hey, my number is 18966. Then he registered 2018. He might be expert in the legal area, but not the migration area. He's just starting up the last year. That was a video. Okay, this is again about the MRN number 042696. As I say about the registered since 2004. First 2 digit number shows the registration year. Scan me. Yep, it will. Yeah, scan it. All right, this is something about the capability. Okay, maybe someone might be doubt about the Sean. Is there something, how good you are, something, that kind of the question. Look at this one. This visa has been rejected. Can you see? Refused. Application has been refused clearly on this day. It's applicant Lane, Miss Lane. She's only 1990. Back then, she was quite young. Now, still young, 3 years ago. Look at it, it was a 457, now it's a third class what we call TSS visa 482. I do a lot of business case actually, that's what I'm good at it. But anyway, let's have a look at the transportation company and just go what he says about simply what he says is she doesn't meet the requirement level of the qualification. Okay, so the qualification, what they require, there is a very specific certain level of the qualification. You must have the degree above the degree level, and must be relevant qualification. So what he says about she doesn't have a relevant qualification, all right, and neither relevant work experience, not qualification. So she doesn't have both of them. She doesn't have any. No qualification, no work experience. All right, this is Korean. Look, as I say about the if you're Korean, you can read. If you're not, then I just look. I explained the she doesn't have any qualification. She doesn't have any work experience, any level work experience. She doesn't have any. I shouldn't say any. She doesn't meet the requirement. She got no qualification, no work experience, and she's too young, and she doesn't have a precisely she doesn't have any paid work experience in Australia. So only way is she have to we can claim is something from her home country, but she left the country just right after she finished the high school. So how is that possible to actually claim, or is it even possible to actually we could figure it out? We could just put the stuff together to pulling. It sounds too dodgy. So but anyway, she left the country after she finished the high school. So think about it. I'll leave to your imagination. Okay, I'll leave to your imagination about the what it could and what it might not. But I'm not here to. I just try to to highlight this. This is what I done. This is amazing, actually. Everyone say this is impossible, but I done it. That's why I wanna. That's what you have to know. Look, you see, visa has been granted. All right, okay. This one was the English. Okay. Just read about it. I explain everything. I provide about the high probability visa approval stage plan, and then everyone say about that this is impossible. There is no way she could get passed, but guess what? Yes, this is bigger. Repeating it. Why? Because it's important. You see, originally it has been diffused. Again, why I'm keep repeating it? Because it's important. Again, because it's important. Again, now you can see very clearly. You see, no qualification. Okay, it doesn't meet the requirement for the qualification. It doesn't meet the requirement for the work experience. She got nothing. No work experience, no qualification. How are you gonna get it through?